I'm here with MC Demolition Man, the legendary. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
No problem, mate.
Okay, so I just asked you what your favorite animal is. You say lion, but my question would be, which animal do you think is the wisest?
Who's the wisest? Lion.
Lion. So if you could have a conversation with any animal in the world, it would be a lion.
The lion and the king of the jungle, that's right. That's why me have a lioness by my side. So if I was an animal, there's only one animal, the lion and the animal me would act like. You see?
That's awesome. Get a singing response. I love it. Okay, if you could have any superpower in the world, what superpower would you want?
To read people's mind.
You'd want to know what people are thinking. I think it would scare the shit out of us if we actually listened to what people were thinking, Demo. Okay, I'm going to dive into a couple industry questions. What was your first rave experience? Do you remember it?
Yeah, 1996, Plumstead Warehouse. Tesco Warehouse in Plumstead.
And was it a rave? Like what we're at right now, I'll let the viewers know. We're at a rave right now.
It was like a warehouse, but it was big warehouse. Yeah,
like
big
over 1,000 people.
Yeah, about 1,000 people. Yeah.
And what was it that brought you there? Were you already an MC?
My jungle tune, Fire.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so my tune had been released, and obviously I had to go in the scene. I wasn't really part of the scene when it began, but because of the tune, it's a genre of music. You want to get to know what the music's like and experience it. And so I went to a rave, and that was my first rave.
You know what? Okay, I was going to say this later in. I was talking to you earlier about the clarity of your newer recordings and how Fire being recorded at an earlier time it was harder for me to understand. So with that, can you give me the intro line to Fire? What is it that you say exactly? Fire, come at the burn.
I said fire, but if you burn the place down, that means you lot are meant to burn the place down. Oh no. That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
If you burn the place down.
Okay.
And then right after that, I'm lost.
Demolition upon the mic, otherwise known as Wayne Young. Demolition upon the mic, otherwise known as Wayne Young.
Okay, there you go.
He told us his name from day one, and us white people.
But my name is not Wayne Young, because I started MCing from I was young, from I was 13, so they called me Wayne Young, but my name is Wayne the Cody. But otherwise known as Wayne Young.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the clarity. And you know what? With the internet now, it's a lot easier. You can go online and read your lyrics. I don't really need to ask. But honestly, in 99, 2000, that wasn't there. And I'd sit there with the tape trying to understand everything you were saying. But the most recent recordings, which I think your album came out in 2016?
Yeah, 2015 November.
15, okay.
Yeah, November the 25th. Went to number 5 in the iTunes album charts the day it came out.
What's the name of the album?
The Calling.
The Calling.
Yeah, I produced the whole album.
You did a great job. You made the music as well.
Made the music, everything.
Good for you, Demo. Honestly, guys, if you don't have a chance, I'll post the link below when I do this. Yeah. But your Pyro Radio slot where you performed the little bits of each song, unbelievable, man. What was it that brought you to Toronto for the first time?
Fire.
Once again.
I was booked by Corey. Is it Corey? You know, big Corey, man. And he.
Remember the promotion name?
I can't remember the promotion name. Him and Heather. Remember Heather? The girl with the ginger hair. She was a promoter at the time.
Okay.
Man, I can't remember.
It's not your fault, buddy. I should know this too, and I don't know.
I can't remember the promotion, but yeah, that was the reason. That first reason that brought me to Toronto, the booking.
Okay. Yeah. And how many? Okay, what year are we talking? Let's try and.
That was 2000.
So that was in 2000. Okay.
Yeah, that was in
the 2000. First time I remember you coming out myself.
But then 2002, I came. Second time
with For Unknown Soldier and you,
yeah, with
right?
Soldier, and that was my second time.
That was the first time I saw you. Okay, okay. So you were out here in 2000.
The first time I came was in Government.
Okay. Yeah. So wouldn't that be like Charles and Jose? And...
Yes.
Okay.
Jose. That's it. It wasn't. Yeah. It was Jose who brought me.
Yeah. Okay. I know Jose and I know Heather. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Jose, them. Them guys.
I gotta ask. Like the scene is obviously going through what I call the revitalization right now. I think it is starting to come up. But what would you consider was the pinnacle of the drum and bass scene?
The pinnacle. I would say the pinnacle was around 1996 to say 2004, right? But I didn't come here until 2000. I missed out
on the beginning.
On the beginning.
You missed Stevie too.
Because what it was, the promoters, hadn't got hold of Congo, because Congo Natty was the first one out of the real jungle for people to come here. Then Congo came back and told us, yo, these promoter guys are alright. And that's when all of us started to, and what it was the guy Corey.
Jose?
No, not even
Oh, it was
Jose.
Corey.
So Corey was the one that booked us after, like the third time now. Because after my second time of coming here, but like Corey was the one that booked us and booked a whole lot of us.
Knowledge and Wisdom, Congo now.
Yeah, and then,
I remember that.
Because Corey went down to, well, tell a lie, Corey was the first one to bring Rebel here.
Rebel MC.
Yeah. He was the first one. He must have went to Music House in Holloway, cut some dub plates, and that's how we met Rebel. And he brought Rebel over here, and the Rebel came back, and that's when Jose and them lot brought us.
Gotcha. So, and he kind of gave like the thumbs up, these guys are good to work with, and then the rest is history.
That was it, because Congo gave it the thumbs up, say, yeah, these guys they're good, they're paying their money.
That's awesome. Something a little off topic here. With the passing of Tenor I just want to know if you have a story that you could share, a memory of him that you could share with us.
A memory, I could share a lot of memory, because I actually got into the fasting thing because of Lieutenant Stitchy, Papa Levi, Daddy Freddy, and listening to Tenderfly when I was in school, because Tenderfly has been in longer than me, so that's a story in itself. I got a lot of inspirations from Tenderfly, Daddy Freddy, and Ragga Twins.
Gotcha.
I mean, those were the English guys I got my inspiration of.
Your fast chat?
Yeah, so my fast chat. Well, Tipper Irie, Daddy Freddy, and Papa Levi, my fast chat, but just on a whole of the sound system, wanting to become a DJ was listening to Papa Levi and Daddy Freddy and Tenderfly and these guys. But then the Jamaican side was Lieutenant Stitchy.
Tenderfly was the only guy to actually get like artists like Barrington Levy into a jungle track, right?
Yeah. But what it is, I am the first time I actually met Tenderfly was at Rebel MC's album. You know, the first album we done, the Congolati album with who was it?
I think all of
Peter Bouncer was on it. All those songs. But one of Rebel's first albums that he released on the jungle scene, he had a party around his studio, and that was one of the first times I met Tenderfly. And yeah,
it's awesome. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. One last question for you: if you could put 5 items in the vault that would encapsulate our rave culture, what would those 5 items be?
That would encapsulate the rave culture.
So let's say in 20,000 years, we're going to dig this vault open, and it's huge. You can put a whole club in that vault if you want to.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Anything. Like there's a #1 club, #1 flyer, whatever it is. What do you think you put in that vault so people would know what the rave was?
So that's a hard one.
I put you on the spot. Do you want to do 3 then? Maybe.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd put a Techniques record player in there as one. Yeah. I would put
a Fire CD, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. a Fire CD. Yeah, I'd put a Fire CD. I'd put one of those. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the glasses? Yeah, that used to light up.
Yeah.
I used to have a pair of them, right? So I'd put one of those in there.
Okay.
Right. I would put myself, General Levy, UK Patchy in there.
Wow. The legend. You guys are a great trio.
Yeah. And I'd have to say I'd put Canada in there. Because would you believe, right? Well, I would put Toronto because would you believe it's not until I came here, this is how I didn't realize how big my song Fire was. Because I'd been doing it in England, but I had never gone out of England apart from like Europe. I hadn't even gone to Europe yet actually. Before I came here with Fire.
And you came here during the pinnacle of our scene.
Yeah.
It was a big
I'd
thing.
gone to Europe and done some big shows, but my biggest show was when I first came to Canada and done Government. And I didn't realize how big the tune Fire was. That's when I realized, flipping out. Okay.
Well, and if I recall correctly, you were doing a lot of side. People wanted you in the studio. You got here and everyone wanted their own version of Fire, their own VIP, I guess you call it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. I know 4 or 5 different producers that you worked with that just wanted their name shouted out. Yeah. So you were in the studio laying down the song over and over again.
Yeah. There was a line like from here to the van
right.
after in government my first time coming and signing autographs and shit. So
That's got to be flattering.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's great. You know what? We look forward to seeing you tonight. Thank you for taking the time to
Yes,
chat.
no problem,
All right,
man.
guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Alright, go. Fire! But if I burn the place down, the village shut the pan, the mic and the mic, no, now we and there's a day for the storm more time out. Shut up the mic, make off a jack out. Shut up the bit of the rough neck. I'm going to say, for the